So welcome to week 6 in Mobile App Portfolio 1. This is the second last week of the first part of the semester. So we're going to have a little bit of a lighter class, I'm hoping, just to allow you guys to have some more in-class time, so to speak, or asynchronous time to work on your sprints. We're going to start off, I'll just do a little high overview of what today's lesson will look like, and then we're going to get into some breakout rooms. I'm going to check in with each of the teams to make sure you guys are on task with your sprints and that everybody's collaborating well. Then we're going to talk about the sprint demo or the sprint review next week, Friday. So I know you guys have that exam in the morning, but in the afternoon, or if you guys want to do it before your exam and get it out of the way, I'm open to that too, but you just have to tell me if you want to do your demo. It'll be a 20-minute, 25, maybe 30-minute, depending on how long you take. It could be 15 minutes too, 15 to 30 minutes. Demo to me as the client of the product to show me what you've done in your sprint. So you're going to show me all of first of all, the product working, or what you finished, if it's designs, if you've got the environment set up. And typically how this would work in the real world would be I would be the client, and if I'm impressed with the work, I would keep you guys on for another 2-week sprint. And if I'm not impressed, then obviously we would talk about how much I'm paying you guys and how much or how long I want to keep you guys around if there's things that aren't getting done. So we'll kind of compare what you committed to at the beginning of the 2 weeks, and then we will contrast it with what you actually got done. And there won't be any like marks deducted unless it's like heavily, you only got done 2 of the tasks out of the 10 you picked. But if you only got 8 out of the 10 or 9 out of the 10, obviously we're still figuring out our efficiency as teams and how to get to a high performing team. So there won't be huge deductions for, tasks that didn't get completed. It's just more so to compare and contrast as a team. How do we do? What do we say we would do? And what did we actually get done? So I'm going to look at it, first of all, as a client. You guys give me your pitch deck, have a little PowerPoint, whatever, 5, 10 slides. I really want to stress the fact that everyone should be involved in this pitch. So when it's a sprint review, everyone on the team should get a chance to speak. Even if it's just an introduction or something short, I want to hear everybody on the team get a chance to share about the app. And that just lets me know, that those people kind of understand what's going on, or they're maybe specialized in a certain area. So when it comes to database stuff, that's the database person, that's the design person. And it kind of shows me that you're a team more so than just one person who's kind of overseeing the whole thing. But so that's what assignment 4 will be. So obviously everything you guys are already doing is working towards that. This is just going to be an official place where I can mark it and where you guys can submit the materials for it. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then there's a couple of resources here. If you guys are talking about databases and NoSQL stuff, there's some really great resources I've posted and made some code for a Firebase database project in GitHub that you can download and clone if you want to look at how to do that in Android. I don't have an iOS example, I apologize, but I do have an Android example, and it's a pretty cool little tutorial where you can create, read, update, and delete into a recycler view or a list view in Android. So I'll cover those, and then we're going to talk about the first major project 1. So I'll get into all of these and a little bit more depth, but project 1 won't be due until sometime, within the first or second week of November. So you guys have lots of time. Don't stress about it. And I don't want you guys to have to worry about working on it over a reading break, because that's just a break for you guys. I don't want to, add more to your plate. So don't worry about it. It's not going to be something super, super intense, but it is an individual assignment. So I know this is a group. We've got a group project that we're building, but because this class is assignments and projects only, I've chosen to make the projects individual and the assignments are group tasked. So it's a 60-40 split, and you guys get a chance to do some group stuff and also some individual stuff. And I think it makes more sense for this. You're going to be building a portfolio about yourself and the apps that you've developed as a developer. And this is kind of something you can use as a personal, brag about myself. This is what I've done. This is what I'm good at. Here's my apps, and they're, all about them, and you can look at them. and show it off to a potential future employer or just your family or other developers so they can get a sense of who you are as a developer. So it doesn't really make sense to do that as a group project, because if that was a group project, then you'd be bragging about a group, and say 5, 6 years from now, people aren't going to really, no offense, but people aren't going to care about the other 5 people in your group. They just want to know about you as a developer. So I think it's a really good project to do individually. And you guys will benefit a lot because it's individual, because you can personalize it towards yourself and your strengths as a programmer. So then, because I'm going to be introducing project 1, which is making a website, I'm going to cover some PowerPoints and presentations on how to register a domain and purchase web hosting if you want to do that. Otherwise, you can do it through GitHub Pages, which is free. And then I'll also show Bootstrap and some introduction to some basic HTML, and all that good stuff. So that's kind of what we're going to cover today. That's what the class is going to look like. I'm going to try to go quick because there is a lot to cover, but I want to give you guys time to just sort of do asynchronous work if you guys were planning on meeting with your teams today. So I'll stop the recording here. Just because it's like a little introduction. I actually probably shouldn't have even been recording that, but